Happy Wednesday, folks. Welcome in. Meteorologist Ross Mumau, joined as always by Chief Meteorologist Lewis Turner. Lou, I was telling you right before we came on, I'm dragging a little bit. Didn't eat lunch, so I'm going to need you,
my man, you got
and everyone to lift me up here. We're going to lift each other up on this hump day.
Absolutely.
On this Wednesday.
We're at the top of the hump. Now we're about to slide downhill to the weekend. It's all good from
all
here,
downhill
man.
from here, right?
100%. We got this. I will say you gotta. I mean, pack a lunch, eat a lunch. Pack your lunch.
Wasn't smart about it.
Come on, man. Yeah, I'm the same way.
I also
9 times out of 10, I'm forgetting my lunch.
I also always kind of rush. Like, it's always a last-minute thought to bring my food with me. And then when it comes time to eat it, I'm like, I really wish 7 hours ago I had thought harder about how much food I was going to want for dinner.
And did you run today?
I did not run today.
Okay.
But I got to the gym early.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I guess you didn't.
I didn't.
You can live vicariously through me this week.
Yeah, I've got a couple weeks out of the gym, but it would have been a kind of a muggy run today anyway if you were getting out into it. I mean, our lows, sheesh, we stayed in the 60s. I mean, we were warm this morning.
Quite warm.
I got out to send my son off to school this morning, and I'm like, we're going to be hot today.
Yeah.
I think maybe a couple degrees warmer than we had originally forecast, full transparency.
I closed the patio door by about like 11:30, 12 o'clock here earlier today because I was like, yeah, it's getting a bit too toasty for me outside. Once it hits like 75, 76 outside and the sun's, like the direct sun's shining in, that heats up the apartment rather quickly.
Oh, sure.
Not nearly as cool as it was.
But I love that shot of downtown, by the way. That our new tower cam that we've got that we can point wherever we want. I love this picture. Such a cool shot. We got the Orlick, got the marina there in the foreground, got the Hyatt, the Main Street Bridge, the jail. I mean, all the piece de resistance, with that beautiful Riverview property. Now, earlier I was talking, one of those green lots is famously where some Bills fans lit a bunch of tables and chairs on fire back in the 17-18 playoff run, and we're just hoping, we want to graciously welcome and be gracious hosts to our friends from out of state.
Of course.
I'm excited. Shake hands, kiss babies. I'm here for it. We want to run you out of town with an L, but what I don't want to see is you end up across the street from the lots in that high rise from Duval County.
At least they didn't have to walk far.
Don't have to. Yeah, they're not perp walking you too far.
Yeah.
You get to go right on in. But it is a nice kind of a little haze to it.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, if you look beyond the buildings, the sky kind of tells a story. The haze, increase in moisture out there, a little bit more humid. That's kind of what's led to the foggy starts here the last few days.
And looking like we didn't have as much fog this morning because our temperatures just didn't cool to the dew point. I mean, we just didn't cool down enough, so didn't hit saturation. I think that's a little different when we wake up tomorrow morning, and National Weather Service even kind of proactively getting in on that vibe because of those southwest winds pumping in a lot of moisture. Those will die down a bit overnight and by the morning hours. But we did hit 80 today.
But
it didn't last long. I was concerned. We were talking when we watched it hit 80 earlier. We were kind of looking. I was like, how
much more is it going to climb?
How much can it climb? 82 would have been the record today. So we did hit 80, but it lasted for basically one reading, and then the next hour we're down to 79. So
still warm nonetheless.
It is.
We're about like almost 15 degrees above average for this time of the year.
Yes. So very warm, and the dew points are up.
Yeah, you mentioned the dew point. So this is pretty much what we need to get to, what our overnight low temperatures need to get down toward or around for us to get some of that fog to develop. So dew point of 58 in Jacksonville right now, which means our overnight lows, they need to get down to 60, 59, 58 to get some, patchy to dense fog to develop. So that's really what we're going to be watching for here through the overnight period tonight and into tomorrow morning yet again, Lou. So those kiddos heading out to the school bus, riding their bikes to school, walking to school, yet again going to need to just be aware of some lowered visibilities. Drivers need to take it a little bit cautiously out there again
for sure
tomorrow.
Yep, and we mentioned the dense fog advisories. There you go, and we got it pretty early today, so that indicates confidence from both our office and the office of the National Weather Service. Kind of say, we anticipate pretty much all of us here in Northeast Florida have that chance of seeing some fog, so we'll take it easy in the morning as we drive around. In fact, another weather impact alert, we're kind of rolling with it for the week, just for the morning, just for the dense fog advisory, and just because we're getting back to work and school this week, and we're getting back into those that routine, that grind. So 7, 8 a.m., we'll see visibilities at half mile or less in many spots. So when we get to that quarter mile, that we have some serious reaction time issues on some of our roads and in the neighborhoods as well. So we'll want to send the kids out with bright reflective clothing in the morning and remember the low beams. So going through our Thursday, I almost forgot what day of the week it's about to be.
Well, I was going to ask you kind of before we continue, have you heard from anyone about issues on their morning commute with visibilities? Has your wife mentioned anything, or
Not
anyone
today.
else you know?
Not today, obviously.
Okay.
Yesterday, very dense, and especially down kind of southern part of St. Johns County, heard some things, but it was
Like down toward Hastings?
Yeah, and then was it Monday morning? Yeah, so yesterday too. So Monday morning, it was kind of so dense to where, at least at my house, and in that northern part of St. Johns County, that I was like extra vigilant with my son, like as he was riding. I was like, it's the first day back. Let's get all the lights on the bike.
Yeah, I was like, does he have reflectors and lights and all of that?
Oh yeah, he's got a little headlight that
Good.
that is about it's lumens. The measurement of how bright is like 10,000. It's so bright, like you can see him. It's like a train coming down the tracks. It's like lighting up the whole street.
He's like Rudolph.
He is truly like Rudolph.
Because nothing's brighter than Rudolph's red
He
nose.
can light just like what Santa needed. It was a foggy night. Once you guide my sleigh tonight, he was
Santa should
guiding.
reach out to Ollie at some point.
Hey, listen.
He's flying on a foggy night.
Open to
next
work.
time. Yeah.
Ready to rock. But he was kind of lighting the way for his buddy, who's he rides with every morning. So yeah, Monday was kind of out there, and I think tomorrow will be similar to that. So let's be extra careful. Now Duval's back, so heads up there. Future casting still kind of doing that thing where it paints a few random spots of green. Let's not worry about that too much.
No.
It's just enhanced moisture there in the atmosphere.
Maybe just a little bit of some extra cloud cover, partly to mostly cloudy skies during the afternoon. And we had talked about this off screen earlier, a very light southeast breeze. Mm-hmm. So that air coming off the ocean water might limit us from reaching that 80-degree point tomorrow afternoon. So we're still going to be warm, but I think you notice it there, especially coastal areas, right around 70 degrees or low 70s out towards the beaches. So there will be some pockets of some cooler air out there tomorrow.
Yeah, and it'll definitely, any breeze, onshore breeze, so St. Simon's, you're going to be a tick or two cooler, and it'll be a cooler breeze coming off the ocean. So for our Friday, though, this is when we make our return back to the 80s. So morning fog yet again, low 80s for our afternoon highs, kind of leading up to kind of the culmination of this latest hot spell that we've been in for Saturday, where our forecasting kind of holding on this. It looks like we'll break a record.
Yeah, kind of hard to believe that we're getting this, this warm so early in the year. Mm-hmm. But we got close to breaking the record today. We didn't tie it.
Right.
Did you say the record today was 82? Yeah, so we're 2 degrees shy of that today. Don't think we'll hit it tomorrow, but yeah, Friday I think we have a chance.
Yep.
Although we're still forecasting a few degrees shy, but yeah, Saturday certainly so. Inland spots, you think some locations could flare with 84, 85?
I think so.
I mean,
yeah.
Mostly sunny. It'll be warm, a little breezy out of the southwest too.
Get down to, Keystone, some of those areas, kind of southwestern Clay, western parts of Putnam County, getting away from the river. And that's getting to be borderline oppressive heat.
When you look at the average high, we're supposed to be in the mid 60s for your afternoon highs. Okay, now we're talking 15 to 20 degrees above average for this time of the year. So would you even say sultry?
Yeah, it's sultry out.
Like that smolder you've got sometimes.
Yes.
It's sultry.
Oh, Lord. But it is, coupled with the fact that this is the kind of the coldest, like we talk about January being the coldest month, but this week really is supposed to be the coldest week of the year, that first 2 weeks of January. Now, we do get a little change up. I mean, we're talking about Saturday's highs, but the bottom does kind of fall out here. Not a true old man winter situation for Sunday, but there are some changes afoot. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to take a short break, and we'll do that right after this.
Welcome back in, folks. Lou, during the summer months, we don't really look a lot at the jet stream so much because it's lifted so far north, and the subtropical jet is somewhat non-existent to a certain regard during the summer.
Sure.
But during the winter months, it's a completely different thing. It's a huge driver for not only our weather here on the First Coast, but really across much of the northern hemisphere. And so really the next 2 weeks, we kind of got a lot of different activity going on from the polar jet and the subtropical jet. This is kind of a merger of the two.
Yeah.
You see that big drop down in the polar jet down across the Dakotas, kind of merging with that subtropical jet coming up out of Texas and Louisiana, Arkansas. And so we're talking, winds way up in the atmosphere, that 250 millibar level. Typically drives the storm systems.
Sure.
And can often lead, when you get these bright colors, to possible severe weather.
Yeah.
I won't go to the point of saying an outbreak yet, but potential, perhaps. And that's what we're going to see, Friday and into Saturday across the Mississippi River Valley and kind of into Dixie Alley.
Yep.
As the weekend wears on.
And being totally, so totally clear. We don't see that for us, but Storm Prediction Center is certainly watching very carefully Arklatex and Dixie Alley and Mississippi River area for the potential for that slight risk of seeing severe weather. But that shift in the jet's also what's going to help usher in some cooler air, getting back to the first of the week for us and bringing winter back Monday into Tuesday, it looks like. So let's take a look at that storm coming across the country. This would be timing for seeing the potential for maybe getting some spinners or two and a little bit of severe weather.
Yeah, it's pretty much just one after the other. You see that first low pressure system get dragged up to the northeast. Another stronger wave essentially comes up from northeast Texas and the Arklatex region, and what you call the warm sector. So everything south and east or southeast of that warm front, it's a warm, unstable air mass. That's where you're going to be watching for heaviest rain and the strongest storms, and as Lou mentioned, perhaps a few rotating storms as well. So this will kind of begin Friday morning and then continue through Friday night. Now, I think this only runs until about 4:30 Friday, but certainly Friday night and during the overnight period into Saturday morning can be, one of the dangerous times for severe weather during that overnight period when folks are asleep. So if you have friends or family who do live, out across that part of the country, just, maybe check up on them, make sure they're kind of aware of what they've got headed their way. And this is kind of that time of the year that Dixie Alley. So we're talking, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana. They'll start to see some of this activity. You're talking January, February, March.
Yep.
You can start to see some of this. By the time you get more so into April and May and June, I mean, they can still have severe weather, right? But
sure.
It starts to shift a little bit further, westward back into Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and up across the upper Midwest. So it's not rare necessarily to see the severe weather risk during this time of the year. But you got a marginal risk there tomorrow, and then, as you mentioned, Friday, a slight risk.
Yeah. That kind of bullseye. We've certainly seen higher risk, but and towards February, March, we'll start to see some of those enhanced and moderates in some of those spots. But this is something to kind of keep our eye on, and a pretty robust system going through some of the southeastern states. Now, for us, it will. It's not going to be quite as enhanced, and it'll lose a lot of the dynamics, but it's still going to drag with it a little bit of moisture, and so timing of this is going to be very important. We've noticed it slow down a bit. So earlier in the week we were seeing this as more of a Saturday type of event with the potential for some showers, and now it's looking like maybe late Saturday night, early wee hours of Sunday morning, the line will be right over us. So I do want us kind of aware of Jags tailgate time, a little bit of moisture, maybe just a little kind of soggy atmosphere, perhaps a quick shower or two. Hope casting, but looking like more than anything, by kickoff, certainly kind of getting into that second and third quarter period of time, it will dry out. But good tailgate and see a few buddies in there. People you recognize maybe from the tailgate forecast. Quick shower early in the morning.
Yeah, I think a quick shower is certainly a good possibility. Do you need to take like your full-on rain gear? Probably not.
Yeah.
But having that sweatshirt, the light jacket, you can pull the hood up. It might rain for 15 or 20 minutes. We're not expecting like torrential downpours or anything like that, but certainly some drizzle, some spritzes of rain can't be ruled out of the possibility, at least for the time being. You know, the forecast is always fluid. That can change between now and then, but just know it'll be a little bit more overcast to start you off there, you know, Sunday morning, and then the winds are going to pick up a good bit out of the northwest, kind of behind that front, 10 to 15, even 20 miles per hour. So will be a rather breezy day.
And just keep in mind, noticeably cooler for us, for folks out of Buffalo. I mean, this is balmy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Relative to what they've been going through and what they've been experiencing as we get, you know, a Jags game where we had a Saturday in the low 80s, a Sunday where we're going to be maxing out kind of at noon in that upper 60s range. That's a big change for us here.
We're thinking this is a little chilly.
Yeah.
And Bills fans who are traveling down, they're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is fabulous.
This is probably, honestly, this is beach weather for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Saturday for sure if they're flying in early. And then Sunday, you know, either we going to the game. But, I mean, listen, I wouldn't put it past seeing some Bills fans taking a dip in the Atlantic.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Yeah. So do we want to get to the videos now? Or,
yeah, let's do one of them here quick.
Yeah, so we did see some we had our guy Robert sped up there. Oh, this is from Highmark. So having played their last game, regular season game there in that stadium, they're about to bulldoze it. But before they can, they're shoveling snow.
Conveyor belt.
Yeah, so the way they do it, they employ just the regular everyday citizen. Come in, you know, do you want to shovel snow at Highmark? You know, these are all good, loyal Bills. These aren't like, you know, stadium staff, just people who go in and.
Now, do you get, you know, like tickets? Is there some sort of perk for doing this?
No tickets. So Speta was saying, who's from up there, he was saying that for their efforts, everybody got Buffalo Bills branded snow gloves. So all the gloves they're wearing there.
Oh, that's cool.
That was their swag.
Oh, you see them there.
Yeah. So some Bills gloves.
Doesn't that kind of make you want to just like penguin slide right down the chute?
I want to try it.
Yeah, that looks like so much fun.
That would be great, but probably discouraged.
So this is what Bills fans have been dealing with for the past at least week, really the last 2 weeks nearly.
And while Robert was up there, we got even more video. We have to take a break here in a second, but I mean, he was up there driving around in it, skiing around in it. Really dry, he was explaining, you know, how dry the snow,
like a nice fine powder.
Yeah, very powdery, not the snowman kind of snow, but the good
for like skiing, snowboarding.
Yep. So they went and did some skiing up there, but they'll be enjoying. While we considered a bit of another cold snap for us, they'll be looking at 60s, thinking, okay, we might be in section 400 shirtless.
Yeah.
We might be dealing with that. Might be in those pools.
You'll be able to tell the fans apart not by what color they're wearing, but by how many layers of clothing they have. Bills fans, essentially almost no layers. Jags fans may have 3 or 4.
Maybe a hoodie won't hurt. It's time for our second break, so we're going to take it and get more on that Jags game time forecast and the rest of the 7 day. So stay there. All right, back up to Western New York, more video. So kind of making Robert Spetta work while he was on vacation for the holidays. He was up there over last week, so kind of New Year's week, and just kind of efforting a little road trip. So this is just south of Buffalo, where he grew up. Going to go see his fam, but a little driving snow there, and I mean that by quite literally. He's driving in the snow, but look, he's 10-2.
But he's got a loose grip on the steering wheel, which is nice.
Yeah.
He also didn't look real stressed.
No, oh,
Like he's a professional. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing within that. And
That's a
then,
great shot.
cool shot. Yeah, just a little.
Oh yeah, see, you can tell how fine or like how dry it is.
Yes.
Because it's got like a glitter look to it,
Yep.
a shimmer almost.
Yep, absolutely, and just almost like a puff. Like that powder snow is. You could like lean down and just kind of on
Yep.
it, and it'll just kind of almost like baby powder, just kind of take off a little bit. So, yeah, really, really cool stuff. There's another shot at night if we get to it. If through that he's marching around in it, but another example. Driving around in some snow, we don't need to worry about that here. But thanks to Robert sharing his weather experiences.
Does it almost
for
make
us.
you wish you lived there?
No, in
Not
no
at
way,
all?
Not even not a remote small part. Look at that, the ruts there.
I'm so
tiny
jealous.
ruts.
I think that looks lovely.
Looks lovely.
Simply
I didn't say
lovely.
I wouldn't want to like experience it. I would love to. Look at that. And there's the nighttime video. I think this is awesome. Right. And you could tell, like, just walking around in it, just the clumps, how more of a dry snow, and very powdery. But
That looks like a scene out of Balto.
look at the flag.
Or like The Day After Tomorrow.
Look at the flag whipping.
Yeah.
Right. So they were talking about 40, 50 mile an hour winds with that too. So
We're not going to have that for the Jags game.
Shoot, it will be
Bills
breezy.
fans won't have to deal with it.
But not that breezy, but breezy and relatively mild. But as mentioned, the day before we're hitting 82, 83, dropping pretty quick for Jags. So take a layer with you.
And the temperatures after the game ends and
Drop
kind of through the
quick.
rest of the night. So hopefully Jags are going to come out with a dub, right?
Yep.
You're going to go out in town, maybe celebrate a little bit. Temperatures are going to drop pretty fast. You saw there, by 4 o'clock, maybe low 60s, through 5, 6, 7 p.m., already dropping into the 50s, perhaps even the 40s. Check out Monday morning lows,
Right.
Lou.
Well, that's going to tell the story of how quick those temperatures are going to drop, too. So we got to get Monday morning, we're going to be back down to the 30s, 37 for a low Monday morning as you're back at it. But when the sun goes down Sunday night, I mean, the free fall is on. So, definitely for post-game celebrations and getting back to the tailgate and then obviously getting back home, it'll be starting to feel a little more chilly.
So what you're telling me, though, that Jags winter coat, it's good to invest in, not necessarily for the game,
But for post-game.
for post-game
For post-game
and
party.
Victory Monday after.
100%. I think that's a great idea because